It's just one of my flies. It's an articulated double with a cone in here to make the deer hairs flare out a little bit, so it pushes more water, makes a bigger water disturbance underneath. I got a smaller one in the back. This fly is probably, you can tell by the head, it's been retied about 10 times, but it's caught a lot of muskies. It's responsible for a 50 last fall, 50 the year before, so I mean it's caught a lot of fish. And flies are, I don't get too wrapped up around them. They got to be able to push water. And yeah, and the color, I don't know, if you have confidence in it, fish it. I don't get too wrapped up around the color. If they want to eat it, they're going to eat it. Doesn't matter. So once they have a little musky mojo, I run them quite a bit. So this one's got a lot of mojo.
And you tied this fly?
Yeah.
Is that a winter project for you?
Yeah, I don't do it. You don't lose a lot of flies musky fishing. You rehab a lot of them. Try to get my clients to at least turn the fly every time, but at least bring the fly in and give it a J hook or a turn, just because there might be a fish underneath it that you don't see when you're retrieving your fly. And the minute you turn it, that change of direction is going to get that fish to show himself, and then you can go into a real figure eight or a circle. It really doesn't. It's just the change of direction and the change of depth. There's no real correct way to do it. The main thing to do is keep it moving. I like to strip it, leave. That's why we run really short leaders, so I can get that rod tip into the water and turn it. You don't want it to stall. You want to keep it steady. You don't have to burn it. You don't have to make mixing cake batter. It's just nice and slow. And I also like to change depth and direction. So I'll stick the rod way down in the water and then turn it. And then as I'm turning it, I'm bringing it up. So I'm changing directions and depth to give them twice the change. Sometimes that triggers them.
I like a tank. That's a tank. Look at that. Fantastic. That old brown fish.
One of my stories is that I have a client that's fished with me quite a bit. Just fairly last 4 or 5 years has gotten into musky fishing, but he has a tendency not to figure eight every cast. So one time he was picking the fly up prematurely, like 15 feet from the boat, and a muskie, the fly was literally out of the water in the air ready for his back cast, and a muskie came up and ate the fly. Like a foot out of water, ate it, and if he wouldn't have eaten it, the guy would have tipped over in the back, and he would have went right out of the boat because he was so scared. So that was probably the coolest eat that I've ever had. Is the guy blew it, but he actually caught the fish because he blew it. So always figure eight, never leave a cast short. So that's my advice, but every once in a while you get lucky too. So